Alright, so we're ready for our unboxing. So I've included here a couple of my hardware wallet collection here. I have a couple Ledger Nano S's, and not included in the photo, I have a Ledger Blue, I have a Trezor, and I have a Cool Wallet. So I am no noob when it comes to hardware wallets. I'm very familiar with them. I'm a huge advocate for hardware wallets. If you are new to cryptocurrency or don't have a hardware wallet, I highly recommend picking up a hardware wallet to secure your assets immediately. Leaving them on exchanges, you open yourself up to all kinds of different hacks, and even with software wallets, it's a lot easier to steal your assets using a software wallet than it is a hardware wallet. Another really cool item I have here is the 10th anniversary of Bitcoin Satoshi White Paper Edition Ledger Nano S. This is number 2 in the collection, and I actually received this as a gift from a giveaway from mycrypto.com. So thanks to those guys for doing this awesome giveaway. I love this device. I don't plan on opening it ever. It's a collector's edition in my opinion, and I'm gonna leave it wrapped up in that cellophane. But it's really cool. Just wanted to show you guys that. So I'm gonna move these to the side here, and we're gonna focus on the new Nano X. So the box is a little bit different this time around. We have actually a cardboard sleeve, and so that's gonna open up by sliding it to the side. Now I did actually already take the cellophane off of this device, and I wanted to preface just to reiterate something that Ledger's told us before. You'll notice that there's no security seal on these devices, and they kind of did that to prove a point. Both the security seal and the cellophane are easily replicated. So just because you see a cellophane on it, or don't see one, or see a security seal, it doesn't actually mean that the device is safe. So you're always going to want to purchase your hardware wallets off of the manufacturer's website. That way you have the least risk of getting a swapped out bad device. So there are clones on the market. I'm sure it's not easy to clone a Nano X, but in this world, anything is possible. So the best way that you can protect yourself is to order directly from Ledger or wherever you plan on ordering it from, whether it be a Trezor or a Cool Wallet. Just make sure you go to their websites to get their product, and not Amazon or anywhere else, because you really don't know what you're getting. So I'm actually going to leave an affiliate link for the Ledger Nano X or Nano S in this review. So if you want to purchase a hardware wallet, please use my link. I'll actually get a small portion of the transaction, and it will be no extra cost to you. So we're going to get into the Ledger Nano X and see if this is the device that you should be buying. So I'm going to open up the box here, and that's actually a nice looking box. It has the Ledger logo there on the box. Really cool. Mine got dinged up just a little bit in shipping, but not to worry. So I was actually very surprised when I first saw this Ledger. From the pictures, I actually expected it to be just a little bit smaller, maybe even smaller than the Nano S, but you can see here that it's actually about 20% longer and just a smidge thinner. It's not, the width on it is just a little bit wider, not very much, but the size is totally fine. Doesn't bother me whatsoever. I guess they needed a little bit of extra room for that new Bluetooth functionality. And with all the features from the website, it looks like that's going to be a welcome change. So totally, the size is totally fine. We're going to open it up here, and actually they've changed a couple of things. Now the hinge feels great. It feels very sturdy. It doesn't have a lot of play or move around. It feels nice to open, and they did change the metal on this device. The last one appears to be a brushed aluminum, and you can see here that on my device here, it's very scratched up. You know, I've had this for a long time. I've used it for a long time. So the scratches are not a big deal. I mean, it's not how it looks. It's about what it does. And I haven't had any issues hardware-wise, any bugs or malfunctions or anything like that. It's worked like a charm since day one. So I don't expect any different from the Nano X. But the metal, it looks like a satin. You can see there's no gloss on it, and it does look like it's going to hold up the scratches better. So this is the first time taking it out. You know, obviously I'm not going to have any scratches on it now. I can always report back later, but overall the device looks improved. It feels very sturdy, and it's nice to open. It's got this LCD screen on here and 2 buttons. So one of the buttons is here, and then the other button is here, and you have this screen protector on here. I'm not going to take that off just yet. And then right here is where you're going to stick the wire when you're not using Bluetooth. So this device is Bluetooth enabled. This opens the door to use it on a cell phone, which is great, because before the only way you could use your ledger is by having not only a computer, but you have to have the right software in your computer. So if you're on the go and you don't have your computer with you, you're not going to be able to send funds from your Ledger Nano S. So this allows you to be a lot more versatile, and it really acts and functions a lot more like a physical wallet that you would put cash in. You know, you take your wallet out with you and you can spend money. So this allows you through Bluetooth to be able to do that. So we're just going to go ahead and take that out of here, and this is sleeve here that holds the physical device. Does not store anything else, so we're just going to stick that to the side. And now we have this welcome package here. It says hello on it. It's very nice looking. I'm just going to take that out, and that has your documentation. And then underneath of there is this nylon braided USB Type-C cable, and this is going to be used, like I said, to plug into your computer when you're at your computer. It's a very sturdy looking cable. It's very well made. You can tell that this is not a cheap cable. And then you have under here this other cable that you can use to slip into the hole here, and then, you know, it acts as a keychain. Now, one thing I will say is I've used one of these in the past and it did break on me. I didn't lose my device, and I didn't really handle it very rough either, but this one is noticeably thicker. It feels, I'm pulling on this very hard. It feels very strong. I would actually use this, no problem. It's got this metal end on it, and yeah, I don't think this one will break at all. So that's nice. I'm glad they changed that. So we're gonna get into the documentation here. We have this hello. And then we have not 1, not 2, but 3 recovery sheets here. And I like this change. The last ledger only had 2 of these, which is fine, but having an extra one on backup is really good. And this is where you're gonna store your 24-word passphrase. So when you first initialize your ledger device, it's going to give you 24 words that you're gonna write down on these 3 cardboard sheets. And I would recommend to write them down on all 3. Now, there are some disclaimers on this paper. It is confidential. Do not disclose these words to anybody. If somebody gets access to these words, they have access to your funds. So that's how important storing these safely is. So you're going to want to store it in safes, safety deposit boxes, maybe with a family member if you trust them. But just make sure that nobody else is going to have access to the words when you do that. And also keep them, you know, don't go up to the bank with the ledger box. You're going to want to put these, you know, in a folder or something. That way nobody knows what you're storing in there. You just never know. So the safer you can be, do it. Don't store these on your computer. Don't take a picture of these. Your phones can be compromised. Your computer can be compromised. Your email can be compromised. Don't store these words digitally whatsoever, unless maybe if you're using a password manager with a very, very strong password. I recommend not storing them digitally at all, but you can use a program like LastPass or 1Password, and as long as your password is very secure, that's another fine way to do it. So you're going to write all of these down 3 times. You're going to double check them, triple check them, make sure all 3 have the same words in the same order, because you don't want to run into any problems later if your device is stolen, or if you lose the device, or if it malfunctions or breaks or has a fire. You want to make sure that you're able to recover your crypto assets, and these words are how you do it. So they are incredibly important. So we have those. And then we have this getting started guide here. It's written in 12 different languages. It's very simple, you know, step 1, step 2, step 3. The rest of it is going to be done on the ledger.com website /start. So it's ledger.com /start. And you can see here all the different languages. So self-explanatory there. And then you have the use, care, and regulatory statement. This is basically going to go over how you use the device, how you care for the device, and then some legal jargon in there. We're not going to get into all that today. And then you have these ledger stickers for your car. No, I'm kidding. Don't put these on your car. So they're really cool. It's awesome. This is the first time they've added stickers in a ledger before. I love that they did that. But again, for your info security, please make sure that you don't put these in very public locations. You don't want somebody following you home and, robbing you of your cryptocurrencies if they know you have a ledger. You never know. So really cool stickers. Not saying don't use them. Just don't, be careful where you put them. That's all. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get into the initialization of the device.